When you are young, say 25, the world hands you a roadmap. It's a well-worn path, one that countless people have walked before you. The directions are clear and seem simple enough. They tell you to hustle hard. They tell you to build your career with fierce determination. You must climb the ladder, rung by painful rung, never looking down. And of course, you must save for retirement, a distant golden future that promises rest and reward. For a long time, I believed this map told the whole story. I followed its lines without question, trusting the destination it promised. It was the only version of success I knew. The advice to work diligently and plan for the future isn't wrong. Let me be clear about that. There is wisdom in discipline and foresight. It provides a foundation, a sense of security in a world that often feels uncertain. But what I've learned, over decades of careful planning and diligent work, is that this advice is dangerously incomplete. It's like being given only the corner pieces of a 1,000-piece puzzle. You can assemble a sturdy frame, a clear border for your life, but the vibrant, meaningful picture in the middle remains missing. Each performance review, every single promotion, all the incremental raises, they felt like tangible progress. But progress toward what exactly? That question slowly began to whisper in the quiet moments of my life. I was so focused on moving up, on reaching the next level, that I never stopped to ask if I even liked where I was going. I never paused to look at the box, to see what beautiful image all my hard work was supposed to create. I just kept my head down, adding another piece to the border, assuming the center would magically fill itself in someday. The corporate ladder is a powerful metaphor. It suggests a clear, linear path to a better place. Each step you take brings you higher, offering a better view, more prestige. In my career, this illusion was my constant companion. I believed that with each promotion, I was not just earning a new title, a bigger paycheck, but that I was also earning more meaning. I measured my worth in job titles, the number of people who reported to me. I equated the size of my office with the size of my impact on the world. But here's the hard truth no one tells you when you're busy climbing. Your job title doesn't matter one bit when you're watching your kid play soccer from the sidelines. The promotion you fought so hard for is completely irrelevant during a family dinner. I was so busy collecting the symbols of success that I missed the substance of life itself. And what about all those things you tell yourself you'll get to someday? That guitar I bought in my 20s, the one that still gathers dust in the back of my closet, I told myself I'd learn to play it someday. The novel I dreamed of writing, I'd get to that someday, when I finally had more time. That trip to see the mountains of New Zealand, a dream my wife and I shared, we'd take it someday, once things finally settled down at work. Someday was my favorite word, a comforting lie I told myself over and over again. The turning point didn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It came quietly, covered in a fine layer of dust. I became an archaeologist, unearthing a life I had completely forgotten. Beneath a faded university sweatshirt was an old journal. I didn't even remember keeping a diary during those years. Reading that journal was like meeting a completely different person. A person who was passionate, a little naive, and bursting with a raw, unfiltered enthusiasm for life itself. He wanted to travel. He also wanted to create things. He valued connection above all else. What happened to that person? Where did all that passion and curiosity go? Somewhere along the way, I had negotiated his dreams away for a steady paycheck. I buried that vibrant, creative, and connected young man under decades of mortgage payments and performance metrics. I had become a stranger to my own youthful self. It was a quiet collision of then and now. The young man who dreamed of backpacking through the Andes became a man who collected hotel loyalty points. The aspiring songwriter became a man who filled spreadsheets. The person who valued long, unhurried dinners became the man who checked his work email at his own anniversary celebration. The confusion I felt now, sitting in the attic, was the first truly honest feeling I'd allowed myself in years. For the first time, I admitted to myself that somewhere along the line, I had made a wrong turn. The moments that mattered most had absolutely nothing to do with my career. They were small moments of connection and presence. My first instinct was to say I was busy. But something in her determined face made me pause. For the next hour, she was the teacher. I was the student. In that hour, my to-do list finally went quiet. There were no deadlines, no performance metrics. That bracelet in my desk drawer meant more than any promotion. Because it was real, the reward was the moment itself. We spend so much of our lives trying to follow a map. But when I look back, I realize that the most precious discoveries were made when the map was thrown out the window. My initial reaction was frustration. My wife, however, just smiled and told me to relax and enjoy the ride. Just as dusk began to settle, we came across a tiny, unassuming diner tucked away in a grove of maple trees, and slices of apple pie that were, without exaggeration, the most incredible things we had ever tasted. Getting lost gave us a gift that our perfectly planned itinerary never could have. One night from my 30s stands out with perfect clarity. We met for what was supposed to be a quick drink. But once we started talking, the hours just melted away. We ended up on my back porch, talking until 3 a.m. The conversation was about absolutely nothing important. And yet, it was about everything important. The bracelet lesson, the forgotten diner, the late-night talk. These are the building blocks of a meaningful life. They are what remains when titles have faded to dust. The lesson isn't to abandon ambition entirely, it's to recalibrate our definition of success. A truly successful life is a diversified portfolio. You must also invest in your relationships, your curiosity, your health, your joy. If you don't formally schedule it, the urgent will always crowd out the important. Your someday activities need to become this week appointments. I spent 6 months wallowing. It was my wife who finally snapped me out of it. Call your brother. You haven't had a real conversation in months. It was a small, simple, and actionable step. And that is where you begin. You just need to take the smallest viable step in the right direction. Take a weird class. Say yes to something that makes no financial sense but makes your soul light up. These small acts of deliberate joy are a rebellion against the tyranny of someday. Stop treating your life like a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is the main performance. The life you are so busy preparing for is happening right now. It's in the interruptions, the detours, the small, quiet moments you're tempted to rush through. Don't let the noise of ambition drown out the beautiful, quiet melody of your own life as it is happening. Let that be your first step away from the myth of the future and your first step toward the beautiful, messy, and irreplaceable reality of your own life.